Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Bernard Moore the third with More on the Road, presented to you by More Sports Management. It is a beautiful Saturday morning. I'm here live at Hillcrest Christian School. You can locate them at 4060 South Sidewell Road, Jackson, Mississippi. They have open enrollment here right now, so you can give them a call at 601-372-0149 to talk enrollment. K3 to 12th grade. So definitely give them a call if you're interested in extending your child's education and the private school sector. Again, this is More on the Road with Bernard Moore the third, presented to you by More Sports Management. Nothing but more. This is what we do. Now, I know as you can see, the shirt that I have on is called More Fighters. Shirt. I'm representing this shirt in reference to cancer. I had an aunt that passed not too long ago from cancer. Had some other family members dealing with cancer, and so this shirt is to help organize our family, the more strong, with more fighters. In reference to that, and also allude to what I'm about to do here at Hillcrest Christian School, the annual coaching cancer benefit basketball game. Well, excuse me, let me rephrase that. It is We got some sponsors, so I got to make sure I get them in. It is the Hoop A Lot Universe Coaching Cancer Benefit Basketball Game, presented to you by ESPN Talking Sports Live 105.9 FM The Zone. Again, this game it benefits domestic violence. Proceeds from this game will benefit the Butterflies by Grace, designed by Face Domestic Violence Organization, as well as the Susie G. Coleman Central Mississippi chapter of that organization, to provide research for women's dealing with men and women dealing with domestic violence, as well as breast cancer. So definitely come on, check us out. June the 25th, 2022, here at Hillcrest School. I said no, this series. Why? Definitely, I'm here at Hillcrest, but I'm here for another reason. For the Mississippi Lady Lakers, they're hosting a purple and gold game today. So definitely come on down to Hillcrest Christian School, 4060 South Sidewell Road, for the Mississippi Lady Lakers purple and gold game. The Mississippi Lady Lakers are part of the WBDA. Mr. James and Javina Hobson, they put together this basketball team to definitely come on out and support. Now, as you can see, I said, guess from their hoopers right now, they're out shooting out here at Hillcrest. Again, we're at Hillcrest Christian School, home of the Cougars. I see some of the young lads out on the basketball court. So we're getting ready for the Mississippi Lady Lakers first scrimmage, open up to the public. Tickets are $5. Tip off is at 1 p.m. They have a 3-point contest. They'll have some type of other excitement going on here. So definitely check them out. The Mississippi Lady Lakers here at Hillcrest Christian School, 4060 Southside Road. Definitely come on down and check them out at 1 p.m. I said we got a good show lined up for you today. A lot of excitement going on dealing with sports. Get ready for the NFL draft. The Major League Baseball just started their season. The NBA goes down for the playoffs. We have the Mississippi Raiders here in Mississippi, the Jackson, Mississippi area. They played their first inaugural game here at the Mississippi Coliseum, in which they defeated the Carolina Predators 60-8. And I was there, and I witnessed all the excitement. So looking forward to the Mississippi Raiders' next home game. I want to say it's April the 20-something. Not 100% sure, but we can find out more information about that, because I will have their general manager on today, Mr. Jamie Horton. He will be on later. We got a 2-hour show. So again, because we're here at Hillcrest Christian School with the Mississippi Lady Lakers of the WBDA. They're hosting a purple and gold game today at 1 p.m. So definitely come on out and take a look at the excitement that they have to offer. Now, I want to talk about some the NBA playoffs. Now, there are 5 games remaining left in the playoffs. There are 5 games remaining for a lot of the teams. If the playoff was to start today, right now, if the playoff was kicking off this weekend, which it starts April the 12th. So that will be in 10 days. The playoff will kick off in 10 days. You got the Miami Heat of the East at the number 1 seed, followed by the Milwaukee Bucks at the number 2 seed, defending Eastern Coast champions. Then the Boston Celtics at number 3, the Philadelphia 76ers at number 4, the Chicago Bulls at number 5, followed by the Toronto Raptors at 6, the Cleveland Cavaliers at 7, the Boston Nets at 8, and then the play-in game, the Charlotte Hornets at 9. And to round off the East, and you got the Hawks at 10, the Wizards at 11, the Knicks at 12, the Pacers at 13, Pistons at 14, and the Magic at 15. So the East, as you can say, you're looking at the East, the Eastern Division, it is very tight. It is very tight. As you can see, it's been a lot of change up in that division due to the fact of the Bulls were number 1, then the number 2. Now they dropped all the way down to number 5. They were on a roller coaster season. I'm not sure exactly what took place, but they were on a roller coaster season, and I'm a Bulls fan. That's the reason I'm picking on the Bulls. I like the Bulls. I wanted them to be the number 1 seed team. However, things just didn't go the way that they planned. But as you can see, that they're the number 5 seed, and I think they will face the Philadelphia 76ers. Hold up, I forgot how this is going to go, because the Heat are going to play the 8th, 9th seed, which would either be the Nets or the Hornets in the playing game. But it may change because they still have a few more games to go. So it may change. So definitely just take a look at it and see what's going to happen. Now let's take a look at the West. The Phoenix Suns rounded out number 1, followed by the Memphis Grizzlies at 2, the Golden State Warriors at 3, the Dallas Mavericks at 4, the Utah Jazz at 5, the Denver Nuggets at 6, the Minnesota Timberwolves at 7, and the LA Clippers at 8. Then followed by the Pelicans at 9, the Spurs at 10, the Lakers at 11, the Kings at 12, then the Blazers, Thunders, and Rockets. Now, again, everyone had high hopes for the Los Angeles Lakers, but as you can see, they dropped completely out the playoff, and they had an all-star stunning team, as people would say. They had a team that was placed together by the great LeBron James. Now, I'm not trying to knock LeBron James. He is an outstanding player on the court. He just still, some people just don't care for him by the way that he handled things, in which is definitely understandable. But hey, we'll just have to see how things go. But as you can see, he is who he is. He is LeBron James. So definitely just say, hey, that's LeBron James. Let him do what he do. If the owners allow him to do it, hey, that's up on them. If the players don't like it, go to another team. But that's LeBron James. He has control. He has a lot of say-so into what's definitely going on with the Lakers. Now, I just heard some other analysts speaking about him, how the Cleveland Cavaliers should invite him back to Cleveland. Should invite him back to Cleveland. So that he can be a part of that organization. Again, this is Bernard Moore III with More on the Road, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. We're here at Hillcrest Christian School, 4060 South Savoy Road, Jackson, Mississippi. They have open enrollment right now, so if you're interested in learning more information about Hillcrest Christian School, give them a call at 601-372-0149. Schedule an opportunity to come visit the campus. Now, I know the headmaster, Charlie Jackson, he has brought in a lot of creative ideas to help educate the students, to help do things in the community. And I see the vision. We sat down and had a conversation, and a vision that he's attempting to do for this particular area as well as the school is very interesting. So definitely, if you want to continue your child's education, small classroom environment, it's a smaller classroom environment where that they will definitely get the attention that they need for their education advancement. Again, 601-372-0149 is the number. If you want to give a call and definitely schedule a tour or to learn more information about the school, definitely give them a call. Now, continue to talk about what the Lakers were doing with their particular team. as you can see that everyone thought that that was a championship team. Everyone thought that there was a championship team, in which a lot of the fans had high expectations of them and saying that they were going to go to the championship, that they were going to win this, they were going to win, that they were going to be the NBA champs, they were going to do this because they got LeBron, they got KD, they got Chris. I mean, not Chris Paul. I can't think of the guy's name. I can't think his name. I'm drawing a blank. But the point guard, they're going to the championship. They're going to win. They're going to be the NBA champions. They're the number, at this particular moment, they are the number 11 seed team. So I'm not sure exactly what is going on with the Lakers, but they are the number 11 team at this particular time. And they're still trying to fight for another, as you can say, another spot into the playoffs. But it is what it is, what it is, what it is. So I just wish the Lakers fans good luck on their endeavors. Are they going to watch and root for somebody in the playoffs? Or are they going to just be silent fans and not watching? So I'm not sure, but I'm going to catch some of it because I'm a Bulls fan, rooting for the Bulls. So hopefully if the Bulls can make something happen this year. I'm definitely looking forward to the Bulls to repeat, because everybody said they wasn't great until they haven't been great since Michael Jordan left. Which is, yeah. But they've had some outstanding teams. DeRozan, Jalen Rose. Not Jalen Rose, Derrick Rose, he was there. So they've had some outstanding teams, but they just couldn't get over that hump, as they say. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what the Bulls can do. Now, let's talk about some I'm not worried about the West because I'm an East guy, not worried about the East. So I mean, I'm an East guy, like the Bulls, not worried about the West. So I'm not even gonna sit here and try to prolong and talk about what they're doing over there on the West. So it is what it is. The Phoenix Suns, Grizzlies, and the Warriors are the top teams that I think that can pull it off on the West. So definitely looking forward to see again NBA playoffs start April the 12th. So I'm not sure what season, because there's still maybe some shakeups. So you don't know. Maybe a few more shakeups going on somewhere in between now and then. So definitely check it out. April the 12th. Follow on for the NBA playoff. Now let's talk about some NFL draft. The NFL draft will take place April the 28th in Las Vegas, home of the Raiders. Now see, I know I'm talking professional sports, I'm talking basketball, I'm talking football. And as you see, I know we have a basketball team here that are called the Mississippi Lady Lakers. And we have a arena football team here called the Mississippi Raiders. So again, as you can see, that we have a lot going on here. So with Lakers and Raiders, and wow, come to think of it, why these teams from the East Coast playing in the South? That is quite interesting. That's quite interesting. So I'm gonna have to talk with them about that. They're bringing all these West Coast teams over here to the South. Okay, well, hey, the owners, it's their team. I can't say that it was all me, so it's their team. So hey, they do what they do. So more power to them. They came up with the names. Some of them are Raiders fans, some of them are Lakers fans. So yeah, it is what it is. Again, this is a More on the Road presented to you by More and More Sports Management. We're here live at Hillcrest Christian School, 4060 South Sideway Road. Like more information about the school, call 601-372-0149. As well as you can go online at hillcrestchristian.org, hillcrestchristian.org to learn more information about Hillcrest Christian School. So now, again, talking about some NFL draft, the Jaguars have the number 1 pick. Let's go. I'm going through some paper right now. As of right now, the Jaguars holds the number 1 pick, followed by the Detroit Lions, the Houston Texans, the New York Jets, and the New York Giants, the Carolina Panthers, the New York Giants off a trade from the Chicago Bears, the Atlanta Falcons at 8, the Seattle Seahawks at 9 from a trade from the Denver Broncos, and the New York Jets from a trade from the Seattle Seahawks. The Giants have 2 picks within the top 10. The Jaguars have the number 1 pick. So now I'm not sure exactly what the Jaguars are going to do with the number 1 pick, but I think that they should trade it away. I think they should trade it away and get them a good offensive lineman so that they can protect their investment at quarterback, and then they made some moves of picking up some good free agent receivers. That's excuse me now. I'm getting texts and stuff from some of the guests that should be on. So I'm getting some texts. So you may see me looking down at my phone trying to get some texts and stuff. But you see that the Jaguars, they got the number 1 pick. And again, my opinion, I think they should trade that pick away to get a good offensive lineman, because I don't think that there's an offensive lineman that's worthy as the number 1 pick. But hey, they may stake it and they may invest in them because they're looking like they need to invest their money in their offensive line because of what they are trying to do. And then I just saw a report of one of a good friend of mine, Mr. Jimmy Smith, his son, Trey Smith, running back from the University of Wyoming. And how fitting would it be if the Jaguars was to select him, because they have ETN back there running back, and I think they just released Carlos Hyde, and they had another running back. I cannot think of his name. I'm not a Jaguars fan, so I can't keep up really with them. And so some people think that, hey, no, go ahead and invest the opportunity into one of your great sons, though, which I've seen some workouts on him. He's buffed up. He's put some weight on, some muscles on. He's running well. He was catching the ball well out the backfield. How fitting would that be for him to come and play in the stadium in the town which is his dad was a part of? I know he was a young lad when Jimmy was traded to the Jaguars via the expansion trade. They had something going on via the expansion trade. So yes, he would trade to the Jaguars due to that, because the Jaguars and the Carolina Panthers were the 2 expansion teams. So he was traded to them. So how fitting would it be for him to be down in Jacksonville to help carry the load and help do some things what his father did, Jimmy Smith did with the Jaguars? So that definitely would be interesting. And now, rounding out the Detroit Lions, I think the Detroit Lions need to draft a blessing or something to remove a curse on them. I don't know. It's like the Lions have. I don't know if it's a curse or something on the Detroit line, because they have some great players, some players that you think that will produce, that will be able to do some things, but it's not telling on the record or the score. Well, I can say sometimes they do score a lot of points, but they just don't score more points than the opponent. And so it's not telling what type of team that they have via the record. But player-wise, they do. They had some outstanding players. They had Calvin Johnson. They had Barry Sanders. They had Herman Moore. They had quite a good few players, but it just wasn't translating onto the standings and the wins and losses. They haven't been to the playoff. I think it was mid to early 2000s last time they've been to the playoff. So it's kind of hard to say what type of team that we're definitely looking for and what's going on with the Detroit Lions. So I just think that I'm not sure if it's a curse or something on the Detroit Lions. I can't say if it is or not, but the Detroit Lions, they've always been drafted in the top 10 for the past few decades. And followed by the Houston Texans, in which they just traded Deshaun Watson to the Cleveland Browns. The Texans, do you think they may be the first team looking at a quarterback? And at quarterback, we got quite a few players at quarterback. Just based off some rankings that were pulled up, top 100 players of the 2002 draft class. The first quarterback that you will probably say will be taken, oh gosh, he's deep down there, number 20 in the top 100 via the NFL.com. I had Matt Corral at 26. He is the first quarterback. He's the number 1 quarterback in the top 26 in the top 100 players of this draft, and he's at number 26, and they have him the first quarterback. So do you think the Texans would take a chance on Matt Corral? And which he's a pretty good quarterback. Had opportunity to see him play at Ole Miss, and he helped did some wonderful things with the Ole Miss Rebels or Black Bears or the Land Sharks, whatever you want to call them. And he had a gruesome injury in the bowl game, and people were kind of questioning how would he return from that? Would he be able to play well? No, what would take place? So we wasn't quite sure of what may happen, but to have him as the first quarterback in the top 100, but to have him listed at number 26, then followed by behind him, it's Matt Corral. I mean, not Matt Corral, Sam Howard at number 27. He's one step below him. He's at number 27, the quarterback out of the University of North Carolina, whom is currently playing in the Final Four against the Dukies, as they say. I don't know if people call them Dukies, but they're playing in New Orleans in the Final Four against the Duke Blue Devils. So that is something definitely interesting to definitely take a look at. Coach K is retiring, so he is on his way out, as they say. But let's just take a look and see what happened with the Duke Blue Devil. But I know they're playing against the Carolina Tar Heels this upcoming. They're playing today, actually. And like I told you, we have some very interesting. We have a very interesting show today, and we got a guest that is joining on me today, straight out of Mississippi College via Southern Miss via Destin, Florida. Now, a lot of individuals may not know who he is, but some people may have heard of him. Outstanding young man that we're definitely looking forward to seeing what he's going to do his next venture. So joining me today on the show, I have with me Mr. Gavin Green. How you doing today, Mr. Green?
Man, I'm great every day. How are you doing?
Just enjoying another beautiful, blessed day in Hinds County, Mississippi.
That's amen to that, brother.
Hey, well, Mr. Gavin Green, I know a lot of people definitely know about your family as well as yourself. Just kind of introduce and fill some of the listeners in about who you are.
Yeah, so my name is Gavin Green. I played, came out of high school at a place called Niceville, which is about 30 minutes north of Destin. And I came out, was recruited to the University of Southern Mississippi, was there for my redshirt freshman year, and then my freshman year. And went to Mississippi College, following in my father's footsteps, trying to, chase this dream.
All right.
And,
I see we're having technical issues right now. Freezing up. Hey, but that is but what technology would do is good, but sometimes it's a headache. Now, Mr. Green, transition from from Florida to Southern Miss to Mississippi College. How was that? How was it? Well, we lost Mr. Green. I said, but we definitely would get Mr. Green back. I said, working with this technology stuff, it is helpful, and then sometimes again, it can be a headache. But hey, we love the technology. We're glad that we do have it, but we definitely gonna get Mr. Green back on. I said talking with Gavin Green. He just finished his senior season at Mississippi College of the Gulf South Conference, and definitely looking forward to seeing what happens for him. He's a 2022 draft prospect, so we're definitely looking forward to seeing what's about to take place with him at the next level. Again, this is More on a Roll with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. Nothing but more. For more information about us, you can locate us at www.mms-management.com. Definitely take a look at the website. Some exciting things that we're doing. Just like I said, we're getting ready for some benefit games. That's going. Actually, one's going to take place here at Hillcrest Christian School, 4060. So definitely come on, take a look. Check us out at these events. What we had going on. Now, see, we got Mr. Green back on. Are you there, Mr. Green?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry.
No, it's no problem, Mr. Green. This is technology. It has its days and it has its moment. But hey, what we're glad to have you back here now. Now, how was it coming from sunshiny Florida to Mississippi?
It was a wake up call. I'm not gonna lie. It's a totally different culture. I mean, it was a lot hotter. Believe it or not, even though we're more south than Hattiesburg. We had that sea breeze down here, so it cools things off. So I just know that when I first got up there, man, it was hot. It was super hot, especially my first practices of fall camp there my freshman year. Oh my gosh, it was just steaming, and we're in all black because we're on defense. We had black pants, black helmets, black jerseys, black everything. I mean, it was just hot, but it was awesome. I've always lived in Destin basically my whole life, so it was a good change up just seeing different parts of the United States and living somewhere that I don't think I even ever traveled through Mississippi whenever I went in there with my father. So it was a good change up. I enjoyed it.
Well, you can say though that the only way you come to Mississippi, well, normally if the NFL teams they're probably going to fly, so you're not driving, they're flying. But yeah, you fly over us instead of driving through, like you stated. How was it playing for Jay Hobbs? He was a championship coach when he was at Alcorn, and he brought some of the firepower down to Southern Miss. How was it playing for Coach Jay Hobson?
Man, it was awesome. I mean, I love Coach Hobson. I mean, that man is an intense dude, though. I mean, oh my Lord, that man is all about just football and winning. And that man loved. I mean, I know that we faced University of Kentucky and all that. Man, he was just, at the chomp of the bit to face them and beat them when we beat them. I believe in that 2016 year. But he was an awesome guy, and he was all about Jesus too. He made sure that he knew about Jesus and everything, and I love that about him. I mean, he was just a great, outstanding guy. Smart man too, really smart.
Now, let me ask you this. Now, with I know different backgrounds, different. We come from different religion backgrounds. Say that much. How do you feel if you see a coach that comes as openly expressing his love for Christ and not ashamed of it, but he's not the one that is not trying to, as you say, make you become a part of his follower, but he's just openly expressing his love for Christ?
I think that's awesome. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we're called to do. I mean, we're called to on this plan to bring people to the kingdom of Jesus, and I love when a coach is all about Jesus and making sure that. I mean, that's the most important thing on this life, that you make sure you're saved and that you're going to live in eternity with Jesus, and make sure that you bring as many people as you can with you. So I mean, I love that about a coach. If a coach, really is open about Christ, and I mean, you don't have to be forceful with it, like you said, but I mean, just being open about it and talking about it, and just ministering to his players. I think that's awesome.
Now, with that, I know some people will see things. If a coach is very passionate about Christ, he's very passionate. He has strong faith and belief in what Christ stands for. But do you have individuals look at the score, the records, the standing? It's like, this is a coach about Christ, but they're losing every game.
Yeah.
Does he have strong faith? They're losing every game. He's preaching to his guys, have strong faith, belief, but they're losing every game. What do you see? What can you tell some individuals like that said, but is he really strong? Is his faith really strong? Like the story of Job.
Yeah.
Job, well, got strong.
No, yeah, I see. I understand what you're saying. I mean, like, the Bible says we're not going to win every battle. I know that. I mean, he says that, the Bible says that we're going to have a very, a life of strife, and that, even more so that when we take up his cross. So, I mean, but it's all about having faith and sticking through it. I definitely know there's no scripture in the Bible talking about winning football games. so I mean, definitely nothing about that. But it's just, about, especially with Job, I mean, he stayed faithful, and look what God did for him. Job lost everything. He lost all his livestock, his children, his wife, his friends were telling him to just curse God, so maybe he could, God can take him off the planet. And then Job stayed faithful, and look what happened to him. He got everything back tenfold.
Now, and what do you say? What do you think? What is the success of a coach? Is it more about winning games or making a great impact in his players?
I think it's you gotta be good at both. I think of course it's a business at the end of the game. Football's a business. I know it's a game, but it's a business. It's all about how much production you have, and are you winning football games? That's gonna tell you how long you're gonna stay at your one area or not. But I think it's really important, especially for college and high school coaches to make sure you're ministering to your players and being a player's coach and all that. But it's definitely about winning too. It's about how much burning that championship and putting that ring on your finger.
Well, you're right about that because, like I said, this sporting industry has become a billion-dollar industry, and I'm just talking about college athletics. It has skyrocketed. Now, if you wanted to invest some stock in, I wonder if they put that on the trade. College athletics put that on the trade. How much would the stock cost per share? Now, let's talk about your last season. Though you transferred from Southern Miss to Mississippi College. How was that transfer?
It was pretty smooth. I mean, I know that the transfer rules are different now. I think now when you're a D1 athlete transferring, I know back when I transferred, I couldn't go back to D1 unless I want to sit out a year, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to get back in and start playing football. So, but I know, I think I read somewhere now that, D1 players, if I'm not mistaken, can transfer without that penalty of that year. I remember reading that somewhere. I don't know how true that is, but anyways, for me, it was pretty smooth. I mean, I thought about it me going down to the D2 level and me being a D1 athlete. I'm a big fish in a small, pond. But I mean, it was really smooth, really flawless transition.
Now, with that, I like what you said. No, you just wanted to play. Were you trying to look at a particular school and say, "Hey, I want to play to get my name out there. I want to play to get attention," or you would just say, "Hey, I just want to play football"?
I mean, kind of like everything, I mean, I'm like my father, I play with my heart on my shoulders, and I love the sport. This is the best sport, in the history of man. I mean, this is the modern day gladiator sport. There's no sport out there that you have grown men going at each other at full speeds and colliding. I mean, that's just a matchup that gets, hair crawling on your skin. You know what I mean? But when I transferred, I wanted, of course, wanted to, play football because I love it with all my heart. But at the same time, it was like a business mindset. I know what I want. I want to, this is a very lofty goal. I mean, it's definitely one of the hardest paths I think a man could take trying to become a professional athlete. And I wanted to do that. So I know that, me transferring everything, I want to get, my name out there. And then just, try to put myself in the best position to make that dream become a reality.
Now, with that, no, I know we all. I'm gonna ask this, and I'm gonna lead to another question. What is your favorite NFL team? Who's your favorite NFL team?
Ooh, see, I gotta. Oh man, it's probably gonna be one of my dad's. I mean, my dad played for the Rams, Steelers, 49ers, and Panthers. But I guess as a household, my dad really loved playing for the Steelers. I mean, I remember all the stories my dad told me about him and my mom in Pittsburgh, and my dad really loved Pittsburgh, even when in the hall as a Steeler. So I'm guessing, our main team is the Steelers. I really love the Steelers. I mean, that's what my dad's favorite team was, and my dad was my hero. I loved my dad with all my heart. He was my best friend. So with that, it's got to be the Steelers. But, in the future, it's going to change. You just don't know. So if it's in the Lord's plan for me to move on, wherever team, picks me and gives me an opportunity, that's going to be my favorite team at that point,
So, again, now, I know for those I do not know, this is the son of the late Kevin Green, outstanding player. Like I said, was drafted by the Los Angeles Rams, the 5th round pick. For the Los Angeles Rams. Well, first he was drafted by the USSFL, the Birmingham Stallions, and then he was picked up by the Rams, and then had opportunity to play for the Steelers, the Panthers, and the 49ers. Now, even though he was drafted by the Rams, a lot of people know him from the Steelers.
Exactly.
It was the Steelers because of that defense, the players that he played with.
Mm-hmm.
That defense, that type of defense that he played with, I was like, when I looked at it, I said, man, yeah, he did play for the. Now I'm a 49ers fan. I'm gonna say that, I'm gonna put that up front. I'm a 49ers fan, and I
All
enjoyed it
righty.
when he came to play with the 49ers because that made our defense a lot stronger. Even though we didn't win the Super Bowl, we we still had a pretty good team. But you still people know him playing with the Steelers, with
Yes,
Greg
sir.
Lord, some of the, Rod Woodson, playing for one of the great coaches, the Chin, Mike Knowles. So he played for some outstanding coaches, but that's what people know about. So, uh, what's the draft? We got April the
I think
28th.
April 20. Yes, sir.
Yeah, the 28th. So, have you been talking with the Steelers? Or are there any teams? Well, let me just let people know. Uh, Gavin Green is an NFL prospect for the 2022 draft. He's a graduate of Mississippi College, transfer from the University of Southern Miss. So he is draft eligible for this year's draft. How would you have you been talking with the Steelers, or have they
I
been
know.
talking with you about football? Because I know they probably still come talk to you about. No, hey, no, they still talking about your dad. Have they talked to you about football?
Yeah, I talked to a lot of scouts at these pro days, especially at I just attended a pro day on the March 21st at Jackson State where Deion Sanders is at, and so happy that they allowed me to attend their pro day there. That was such an awesome experience. And they had a bunch of scouts there, and there was a Steelers scout there, and I was able to talk with them about some good things. And I talked to some other teams, so it's going good.
But again, I know, like you stated, you're a football fan, you're a football player. Your favorite team will be the team that's going to draft you. How would it
Correct.
feel if that you're drafted by the Steelers or the Rams, or let me rephrase that, the Super Bowl champion Rams, or the Carolina Panthers, or the San Francisco 49ers?
I mean, I'm gonna be stoked either way. I'm in the NFL now. I've completed my dream. That's gonna be amazing. But at the same time, it's just I gotta step up. At the same time, even though especially with the Rams being the Super Bowl, champs and everything, all those teams my dad played for, and my dad, left some pretty big shoes to fill. I mean, a lot of sacks my dad made. My dad was a heck of a player. And I mean, especially with the Steelers too. I mean, that's some big shoes I got to fill. And then along with those big shoes to fill, I got to make my own name. I got to step out and make sure people know me as Gavin Green, not oh hey, that's Kevin Green's son. Even though that's a great honor to be known as that, but at the same time, my dad always wanted me to step out and be my own man. So I got to fill my dad's shoes, as well as step out on my own and make my own name while still carrying the legacy of my last name.
Let me ask you. No, go ahead.
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an awesome ride. I just can't wait to see what Jesus has for me. It's gonna be amazing. I just can't wait.
There you go. You said what Jesus had for you. You may go to as what they said a poop putt team, and you would make a difference and say set that stake in the middle of the field and say, hey, this is a Green. Son of Kevin Green, but you make your own.
At the end of the day, is what I want. Wherever Jesus wants me, I mean, that's where I want to be. I truly believe that Jesus has a perfect plan for us all. So, I mean, wherever, especially if it's in my book of life to move on to the league, or whatever team Jesus wants me at, I want to be there.
Amen. Well, let me ask you this: now, how has it been being the son of a Hall of Famer, being the son of a ruthless linebacker? Well, now let me jump to this question first. How was he off the field?
Oh man, my dad was the best dad in the world off the field. I mean, we and my dad in our life that we had together, we lived 1,000 lifetimes. I mean, my dad was the best dad. I mean, that's all I can say. My dad was my hero. I mean, my dad was always there for me. My dad didn't withhold any information I wanted, especially, considering the football and everything and wanting to improve my craft. My dad never held back. It had nothing. I mean, my dad, was my best friend to the last day of his life. And he was just awesome. You see my dad on TV just being, this ruthless guy, but off the field, he's just a big man of Christ. He loved Jesus, really made sure that I knew Jesus. Oh, I got a plane going over me. Sorry.
Nah, that's the problem, man. Like I said, I understand that a lot of stuff going on, but hey, like
But
I said, I'm in the gym right now at Hillcrest Christian Academy, doing some stuff, over at Hillcrest. They're getting ready for a basketball team that's about to go to have a purple and gold game. The Mississippi Lady Lakers basketball team here in the Jackson
Mhm.
metro area. That's about to get some things started. But let me ask you this now, in reference to your dad. Now, how do you feel about being the son of a Hall of Famer, being the son of a sack leader, being the son of a strong defensive player?
it's
Does,
it's overwhelming. I mean, it's my dad always told me that he never wanted me to feel that pressure of being his son.
uh-huh.
And I know I'm getting a little off topic here, but at first, when I started playing football in 7th grade, my dad didn't want me to play football at first.
Yes.
Both my mom and my dad, when I woke up that morning, saying, hey guys, I want to play football. My mom and dad, especially my father, really tried to talk me out of it because they know my dad knew that that he was probably one of the best linebackers in the NFL history, and he knew the pressure I was going to have. And even though he told me, he don't want me to feel that pressure, you do feel that pressure. I mean, it's a lot of pressure, being, a son of a Hall of Famer. But also it comes with so many perks. I mean,
There we go.
My dad told me so many things. I mean, my dad taught me how to pass rush, all these moves that he used. He taught me how to watch film and pick up.
Gab, let me jump in for you right now.
Yeah.
Now, you can't do all the moves he did now because see they were legal then. Now they're illegal now, so you couldn't do everything he did. Now.
Yeah. Like I said, all the legal stuff now is what he taught me. He let me in on what he did a little bit here and there, but yeah, that's a good point. But my dad taught me also how to watch film and break down offensive tackles and the whole offense and pick up pre-snap reads here and there that gives me keys to help use in the game. I mean, the amount of knowledge a player has, and even that of a Hall of Fame player has, is second to none. And having that knowledge firsthand, I mean, all I had to do was come out my room and say, "Hey, Dad, tell me this and that and this and that," and it was right there. Just that knowledge. It was great to have that knowledge and that experience on a daily basis. And me and my dad, worked out with each other every single day up until, except Sundays we took off, for church and a rest day. But other than that, me and dad were always working together. We were always in the film room together. We were always, on the field, working on technique and fundamental. We did everything together when it came to football, especially.
Yes, sir. So again, this is a More on the Road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management, talking with Gavin Green, 2022 NFL draft prospects, just sharing some stories about himself as well as his father. Now, when you were on the field, which position did you prefer? As a 3 technique or 2 technique, or which one did you prefer, 3 or 2 technique?
I didn't like them both. When I transferred, I was just being a team player and just doing the best for my team. Those are not my positions. I mean, I'm an outside linebacker like my father, an edge pass rusher. But we ran a 3-3 stack at Mississippi College, and I'm all about for the team and what's best for the team, and that was best for the team with me coming down playing, those 4 eyes and all that. I didn't like it at all. That's for the big boys, all right? That is for the trenches, all right? That is where games are won, and that is where grown men play. I mean, that's some grown men playing those positions. And I mean, I think the situation I was in, I performed really well for, never playing those positions in my life. But yeah, I didn't like them at all. I didn't like them both. I'll keep my nice, 6 foot, 245-pound frame on the edge facing tackles. I don't want to get in with those guards and centers. That's a whole nother level right there.
But football has changed now, especially defensive wise as well as offensive wise. Mm-hmm. You have more of your standing up pass rusher, edge ends, or I don't know what happened to the outside linebacker. I think he's done. Yeah. I think he's obsolete now. They bring a safety down, because you can kind of say it is because your tight ends are becoming more slender receiver type guys that can block and catch, and so you can't you can't put your typical outside linebacker on a tight end. So you kind of try, because for one thing, strength wise they may be comparable, but speed wise the tight end may be just a little bit faster than the outside linebacker. The tight ends of today now. So we want to put a safety up there with them because of speed and possibly strength. But then you got to worry about them out jumping the Joker. So with the game evolving, so do you think you're more of still of a considered outside linebacker type guy, or are you more of the middle compared to playing the middle and just kind of roam throughout the middle of the field?
See, I think now that that position my father played, I think now it's considered that edge position, they call it now.
Yes.
So I'm probably that edge position that can play the run hard and they can pass rush hard, but then if he needs to drop, I can drop, curl flat, easily buzz flat drops. So that's, I think, that position I can play. Because I know I can't play dang, one technique and three technique at the next. So that's for boys who are like 6'4", 6'5", 280 to 300. I mean, that's a whole nother game. I'm gonna keep myself on the edge.
But if a coach said, "Hey, I need you to get in there and shoot that one gap,"
oh, then I'm gonna mix it up. Then I'll mix it up with people. Hey, listen, you didn't even do it. I'm gonna do it at the end of the day. I mean, I'm gonna give a best man. Now I'm gonna win. I'm gonna mix it up. That's what we had to do to win the Super Bowl, and that's what we got to do. And I'm right there, blowing that gap wide open. I got you.
Again, we're talking with Gavin Green, 2022 NFL draft prospect, just talking about Christ and football and family. Now, with the transition of your father here, how has that? Do you think how has that had affected you playing football? Why do you think say, hey, well, this is pushing me more, or sometimes when people go through situations like that, especially you guys were close.
Yeah.
How did that? So how did that affect you anyway in football wise? No, did you have a down period like, man, I don't want to do this anymore? Did you feel like quitting, or you said this is me? I got to.
Yeah. So yeah, my apologies if I get emotional when talking about my dad. Is because I love my dad so much. But when it happened, me and my dad were working out that day too. That morning of the day that happened. And it definitely, it hurt me. I never had a thought about quitting. I never had that thought, and it never crossed my mind because, I've worked so long and worked with my dad so long for me to have a shot at attaining my dream. And but it was just really hard for me at the beginning. I mean, it was, and how it happened too was really, really traumatic. I'm probably not gonna get into that because it's the way it happened.
I understand.
The situation is the downer. It's the downer. I mean, but it hurt me. It hurt me a lot, and I was kind of lost there for a little bit. Not lost in like I don't know what to do, but like it's like I lost my greatest asset, as well as my best friend, my father. All that knowledge that I had on lock, it was gone from me, and I did everything with my dad. At first, I couldn't set foot. We have a weight room here in Destin on our property that me and my dad worked in. I couldn't even, for that first week, it was really hard for me to really step in that weight room. And I tried multiple times to do it, but I just couldn't get a good workout in because of just how emotional it was for me. But it never crossed my mind to quit. If anything, like you said, it just made me more determined because I flipped my mindset. I turned to Jesus. Positive throughout this whole time. I've got closer to Jesus. I really have. I was already a strong Christian, but I've gotten even stronger as a Christian. And my walk with Christ has gotten even, better. And what it did for me was it said, okay, my dad imparted all this information on me. He used up so much of his free time to coach me and make sure I had the best shot at making my dream happen. I cannot let all that work that my dad did for me go in vain. So that just made me turn up even more and work harder and push my body to the limit even more than I had in the past. So that's what it really did for me, was just really motivate me more and really made me more determined than ever. It just escalated my work and my dedication to another level that I thought I was already at the top, doing everything I could possibly do and pushing my body to the exact limit. And my dad's death showed me, it lit even a more fire in my heart to even push myself even farther and have even more determination and do more. So that's what it really did for me. But never had a thought in my mind to say, no, this ain't for me anymore. It just secured that fact that I gotta work harder and make sure that all that my dad did for me does not go in vain.
Yes, and I'm glad you said that, because I know when there's a loved one lost in the family, especially if you can say that you both are you going on that same trail, the same line in which he was going, and something happened. Some people get in the shell and they may say, "Well, forget this. I don't want to do this anymore, no, because of that was my wrong." And sometimes you can say, and in my opinion, I think that pushes you even harder to say, "Hey, I need to do this because we both had a goal that we both wanted to accomplish. So I need to accomplish that." So, well, let me ask you this: if your name is not called on one of those 3 days, one of those 7 round,
Mhm.
and I know with free agent, with free agency, though, with free agency contract, you have an option to sign who you want to sign with. Would that play a factor in saying, say, hey, well, I may want to sign with this particular team because I like the coaches, or I
Mhm.
want to sign with this particular team because my dad played for this team?
Mhm.
Would there be a factor in the team that you choose to try to sign with, if those options presents itself?
That's so far in the future. Even though that's so close to the future, that's still so far. You know, I like to take my dad always said, take one rung at the ladder at the time, and that we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So we'll definitely cross that bridge when we come to it. And all I can say about that is, this is going to be, a lot of prayer and really Jesus speaking to me and telling me what I got to do at that point. You know what I mean? This is going
Yes.
to be um, a decision that would be made when I cross that bridge, and I just know that whatever that decision is, and however this, I get drafted or free agency, is what Jesus wants, and is what is the best plan for me to bring, make me the happiest in this life that I can be in this fallen world, and to bring Him ultimate glory, which is what we do. So, sorry, I know that doesn't answer your question like you
No,
wanted
no,
it,
no.
but that's the best way I can answer that.
No, I like your point of view with it, and you just really falling in the lead of Christ. You're allowing Christ to control, and that's what all should do. Because I know
Mhm.
you hear the mock drafts, you hear some of the analysts say,
Mhm.
"No, he should play with this team. No, he gonna get picked this pick."
Mhm.
Being in the profession as well. No, so I once served as an agent, so being in the
Mhm.
profession as well, I tell anybody, don't just listen to what the analysts say.
Exactly.
They're paid to make their opinion. They're getting paid for their opinion. Just go and do what you do. I like the movie. Have you seen the movie Draft Day?
I have not.
Okay, that's a movie that you definitely need to see. Draft Day, because it is something that I would advise definitely take a look at, because of the I can't think of this guy's name. He's a well known actor, so I would advise you take a look at Draft Day, and you
I
see
definitely
how
will.
it's crazy. If you never experienced it, it's crazy, and that's just how draft day goes. Calls, trades, phone calls going, talking with agents, talking with player personnel, talking with your clients. Then you got to talk with their family. So it's crazy. So on that say, man, just relax and allow Christ to do what He got to do. That's all
Exactly.
I.
And like at this point, this whole time, training for my pro days and everything, I've been training at the Exos facility down here in Pensacola, which is about an hour away from me. And the coaches there, are Coach Anthony and Coach Brent. Coach Anthony was the head of our speed training at
Uh-huh.
Exos in Pensacola, and then Coach Brent was the head of our weight training and like for legs and our bench press and everything. And that was just great work there. I mean, great guys there working, and I put a lot of work in over there at Exos. And at this point, why I say all that is that because you bring up Christ, that I've done everything humanly possible. I can lay my head on my pillow every night and say, I've done everything that I could possibly do, and now it's all up to Jesus. Is in Jesus's hands now, and it's all up to Him.
Yes, again, this is Gavin Green, NFL 2022 NFL Draft Prospects out of Mississippi College, by the way, Destin, Florida. Mr. Green, before I let you go, is there anything else that you would like to share with the followers and listeners in reference to, hey, looking forward to the future?
Oh yeah, I mean, I just want to know, y'all, for all y'all who's suffering at home behind closed doors, just know that Jesus hears your cries, and that, I know it looks bad right now, and I don't know what you're going through. Everybody's suffering, and everybody has a different walk in this life, but just know that Jesus came on this planet and lived through everything so that he could be closer to us, and then of course died on the cross to wipe away your sins, and so that you can live in eternity with him. And that, just know, like I said, if you're suffering, he is close to the brokenhearted, and that all you have to do, he's right there. He's been there the whole time. Even if you're not a follower, he's right there. All you got to do is reach out, and it'll be the best decision in your life. You'll have peace beyond imaginable, beyond understanding. And and y'all who are broken heart, he's closer to you than ever, than you can ever think. When he's farthest away, he is closer than ever. When he feels farthest away, he is closer than ever. And he's a way maker, a miracle worker. And that's definitely a resource, and a powerful. This is a power that this world cannot understand, that we can tap into, that you can tap into, and that no matter what situation you're in, that Jesus can bring you out of it and can bring you peace.
Yeah, Mr. Green, I really appreciate your time, Gavin. But before I let you go, Gavin, man, it just on my spirit there. I just want to pray with you right now, Gavin. Is that
Go
fine
right
with
ahead,
you?
brother.
All right.
Go right ahead.
Father God, we thank you for this day, Lord. We thank you for this time, opportunity of fellowship, Lord. We ask that you just continue to bless Mr. Gavin Green, Lord, on the future that you have for him, Father God, Lord. No man knows his path but you, Father God, Lord. You have laid the path before him, Father God. And I pray, Lord, that just his testimony will be glorified to you, Lord. Lord, you have us to go through trials and tribulations just so you continue to get all the praise on it, Lord, to show how you work it in our life. So, Father God, we ask that you just continue to bless Gavin and his journey, Father God. But most important, Father God, let him do it all for your glory, Lord. And we thank you. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much for having me on your show. It was such an honor. I love doing all this type of stuff. If you need anything else from me, let me know. It was great. Continue doing what you're doing. And it was an honor. Thank you so much.
But appreciate it, man. No, for all that you're doing, Gavin, man. Hey, we'll definitely be room for you. Looking forward to you. So, hopefully you get picked up by the 49ers, so I can have you on Man 23, so I can say, hey, I had the opportunity to talk to that guy, and I'm gonna soup up your ratings and stuff, because you know how everybody players from the players get hating on Man said that their ratings are very low. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
soup you up. I'm gonna get your ratings real high. So that I can have you on it.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it so much. I hope if I get the opportunity to be in Madden, hopefully I'll be good in Madden in the video game world as well. So we'll see.
If not, then Gary, I'm gonna create you so that you can definitely play for the 49ers.
Thank you so much. That means a lot.
All right, man. Take it easy, man. Hey, man. God bless you, man. Be safe, man. What you doing?
Great with you, man. Appreciate it,
All
brother.
right, take it easy. Yes. Again, we was chatting with Mr. Gavin Green, NFL draft prospect. Hopefully, they're definitely looking forward to seeing what team that is going to pick him up. Hey, I'm excited, looking forward to it. So we'll definitely see what's going to happen with Mr. Green and his future. I know that he is the son of the late Kevin Green, defensive player for the Steelers, the Rams, the 49ers, and the Carolina Panthers, and also got into coaching. So looking forward to see what happens. So now, get ready to take a break. Again, we're here live at Hillcrest Christian School, 4060 South Sour Road, Jackson, Mississippi, getting ready for the Mississippi Lady Lakers Purple and Gold game here take place. We're going to take a break, so you may see some action on the court. We're going to take a break, and I'll be right back with you. All right, welcome back to More on the Road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management, nothing but more. Again, we're here live at Hillcrest Christian School, home of the Cougars, 4060 South Sideway Road, Jackson, Mississippi, 601 372 0149, hillcrestchristian.org for more information. They have open enrollment for K3 to 12th grade. Check them out, get some more information about the school. Joining me this day, no, I'm kind of out of breath for it, but still think I'm Barry Sanders or whatever running around through here. Joining me today is my good friend. We've chit chat all over the sidelines of Jackson State, the greatest university in the world, as well as along with the Mississippi Raiders. Joining me today is Mr. Jamie Horton. How you doing, Mr. Horton?
I'm good, brother. How are you? I see you look. I can tell you're a little out of breath.
It's out of shape too.
you gotta get back in shape, doc.
Yeah, I have to, man, because I got this benefit basketball game that I'm getting ready for. I know you see the flash on the screen, so I got to get ready for. I'm gonna participate in those. So I don't want to got to embarrass myself, but I'm gonna have a whole lot of fun. I know that, but so yeah, I gotta get in shape soon. Well, Mr. Hort, though I know that you do a lot of stuff in the sports arena, just like myself. We crossed paths a couple of times in the press box when Holmes, was it Holmes County or Holmes Central?
Holmes County Central.
Holmes County Central. Well, I separated Holmes County Central playing either with Jackson State football and now with the Mississippi Raiders, man. And you just enjoying yourself dealing with stuff that you love, the education that you receive from the greatest university on this side of the Mississippi River. So you utilize your education to the best of its ability, huh?
Yeah, the Lord has blessed me to put the right people in my life and to do the things that I love to do. And that's, different things like PA announcing that I do for Holmes County Central. And I'm originally from Holmes County, so it has a special place in my heart because that's where I'm from. And you already know how I feel about Jackson State. I mean, it is what it is. And I was blessed to get the opportunity to become the sideline reporter with the Hall of Famer Rob J. and Dale Asbury and the best radio crew this side of Mississippi, I always say. And got the opportunity a few months ago to, become the general manager of the new arena football team that we have here in Jackson, the Mississippi Raiders.
And I know, like I said, we've crossed each other's path in all three entities in reference to peer announcement, or being in the press box, working the sideline, and now with the Mississippi Raiders. Now, doing all those things, does that keep you active, or sometimes you want to say, man, forget some of this stuff, I need to sit down, or do you really just enjoy doing it? Now, you can be straight with me now, Jamie. I'm be straight. Jamie, sometimes I feel like saying this stuff, y'all can kiss about the bottom of my shoe, forget y'all. But it's just still that passion in me, man. I enjoy doing what I do.
Yeah. I feel I'm also the athletic director at the Boys and Girls Club of Central Mississippi, which is a job that I thoroughly enjoy. To see a smile on those kids' faces. Well, right now we're doing our little basketball league on Mondays and Thursdays, and little kids play on Thursday, the big kids play on Mondays, and for them to go out there and have a good time and see a packed, competitive crowd up in the gym, it brings a smile to my face and it makes it all worthwhile. Does it get frustrating sometimes? Of course. But, I just really feel that, hey, God just sometimes put you through a test to see how you're going to react to it and say what you're going to do. And he'll lead the way. He'll make a way for you when you don't think it's a way. So you just got to put your faith and trust in him and everything will be all right. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. So to answer your question, yeah, but I keep pressing on.
Yeah, Jamie, like I said, I understand. I know you wear many hats, with the Boys and Girl Club, with the City of Jackson, back home. It's like I said, you one person. Sometimes you feel that you want to clone yourself.
Yeah, I wish I could clone myself. I wish I had like about 2 or 3 of me, but unfortunately I don't. But I make it work. I do what I have to do, and at the end of the day, you have to just put those many hats on and just get organized and just do what you have to do to make whatever that you're doing successful. And I try to whatever I do to give my best effort.
Now,
And try to.
Now, with the, I know having some of the technical excitement right now. Now, with that, working with the children. Now, which one? Which one? You don't have to just name more. Which one do you have more passion about doing? Is it working with the youth at the Boys and Girl Clubs, or working with the Hall of Famers and being involved in a lot of sports on the sideline, as well as working with as a general manager of a professional indoor football team? Which one, like I said, it really inspires you? Say, hey, no, this is what I need to do.
Well, Bernard, to be honest with you, I never really thought about it, but I would have to say all of them. I really don't have a certain one that I get more fulfillment out of the one with working with the kids. You know what I mean? These kids come from, not as privileged homes as some other people in, the state or whatever. And so to put a smile on their face, to give them something to do and something to look forward to is worth is the all the reward that I need. So I would say the most fulfilling is that. Working with Rob, I mean, what more can you ask for? He's the great. I mean, and you know that. And working with Rob every Saturday and working with the crew is like we're all brothers. It's 7 of us, and we all get along good, and we have a great time. We look forward to it every week, and we have fun. But at the end of the day, we do our job. We're good at what we do. I mean, everybody from the cameraman to the producers, to the audio people, to the people who's on air with me, Rob, and DJ. I mean, me, Rob, and DA. I'm sorry. We just do what we have to do. And this new general manager position, I mean, it's something I always wanted to do. Hopefully I may be working for the Saints one day. That's my heart. I know you're a 49 guy, but
You right now, of course, 49 faithful, baby.
Yeah, maybe Mickey Loomis will call me one day and say, "Look, I need you to come down here and help these Saints out." So, I will gladly go.
The first thing is smoking down 55.
That's right. First smoking down to Metairie to the training facility. But right now, he's putting me in a position to try to get this Raider organization up. And you was at the game Saturday, and you saw how the excitement that arena football brings. It's fast paced, it's high scoring, and it's just a great family atmosphere to be in. And we have lots of fun. It's more than a game; it's entertainment.
Yeah, and I could say, I know some people ask me, how was the game? I said, man, it was exciting. I even got a few texts from anybody said, Bernard, what you think about the game? It was exciting, and just my opinion. I think the crowd, it was a great crowd for it to be an inaugural game, and you had multiple events going on right there on the fairground, all at the same time.
Exactly.
And so I think I know it was St. Patty's Day parade. It was a lot going on with the city of Jackson. I think that really economically helped boost the city of Jackson. And I can truly say we didn't look on the news and see anything happen negative in the city of Jackson during that time. Yes. The only thing I can say negative, again, it's just my opinion. The only thing that I can say negative that happened that night was people left a lot of stuff on the streets. I was walking down somewhere downtown, I saw somebody's jeans on the sidewalk. I was like, what the world done happened?
You know what? So, you'd never be amazed about what happened with anything that happened at St. Patty's Day, Coach. It's like the Jackson, Mardi Gras. You know what I mean? I don't see people out on the street sleep at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, they're just out there, just laid out sleep. But at the end of the day, they're not bothering anybody. Just having some good, clean fun, and that's what it's all about. And I think we would have more people if it weren't for St. Patty's Day. But April 23rd is our next home game, and we play the Tampa Bay Cyclones, 7 o'clock, Mississippi Coliseum.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the game. Like I said, I had during the PR announcement, I had fun doing it, the excitement. I told I'm gonna have to get with the owners in reference to the script that they had me going. Some of the script I didn't use. Some of the script I used too much, and I didn't offer. I actually had to offer more because the way the scoring was. You know, you
Yeah.
had the way that they had to sponsor those touchdowns. You say these, I was like, hold up, I done ran over so many of them already. So I hope they don't get mad at me if I continuously use it, or the sponsor, or they may get mad and say, hey, look, they once had that many. I said, well, there's nothing else I can do because y'all scoring so much.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, hey, it is what it is. Like I said, I had a lot of fun. My nephew was sitting in the crowd and he posted something on Facebook, and I replied, said, hey, how did you enjoy it? So he said, man, have fun. He said, me and my son, we really enjoyed it. I said, okay. I said, that was me doing the PR announcement. He said, yeah. He said, I told my son, he said, that's your uncle over there doing that. He said, no, that's not. He said, yeah, that is your uncle doing that. So I'm glad to see that it was a family environment, and definitely looking forward to bringing my son, because they asked to come, but I didn't know how it was going to go because I know it was the first game, and as I say, it's still a lot of things that need to be tightened up. So I didn't know how to handle, especially with my boy. So I said, well, let me get over the first game. So we will my family definitely will be there on the 23rd and supporting the Raiders, like I said, because I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed myself.
I appreciate you, brother, and not only doing the PA, but you also, ran the clock for me. You told me I brought the clock over there, and Bernard told me, look, I'm multi-talented. I said, yeah, I see. So I just appreciate you and all that you did for us, and we're just looking for support. I mean, we want this to be a great experience for everybody, not just the city of Jackson, but the surrounding areas and the whole state. To be honest with you, so the owners, James and Tammy Germany, have a good vision. They're good people. They're good Christian people, and they really, really want to bring some excitement to this city. And hopefully we can, supply them with that excitement and give them something to do. Spring football is not common except for, when we have spring practice in the spring game at Jackson State.
Yeah.
But, now it's different. You got a spring professional football team here. So we want to make it happen and be successful. Like I say, we want to pack it out on the 23rd. Tampa Bay has a great team. They're really good. So we got our work cut out for us. And the coaches and the players know it. We preach to them about it and can't let it get the big head because we beat Carolina so big, because, the next person that come up in here might, try to, you can't have a letdown, in other words. So we got to be prepared. Got to be prepared mentally and physically.
Yeah. Again, this is a More on the Road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management, here live at Hillcrest Christian School. Talking with Jamie Horton. He wears many hats as well. General manager for the Mississippi Raiders, the AIFA, also sideline reporter for the JSU Tigers football team, as well as director for the Boys and Girls Club Central Mississippi Jackson. Now, Mr. Horton, I know I said we both are graduates of Jackson State University in the hyper department, and I know going through the hyper department and then work along with the late great Robert Hughes.
Yes.
He told me how to utilize anything that's in front of me. So, and I take that old school learning, old school tradition, and bring it to what I do today. And the professors in the hyper department, the late Dr. Hill Williams, the late Dr. Evans, current Dr. Kennedy, Dr. Dawkins, Dr. Jackson. I can go along with Dr. Sims, Coach Poe, Coach Epps. It can go on and on. Coach Houston, and so many of them. They taught so much, and then they instill it in you. And I really enjoy myself seeing them. Especially, I need to get back up there, but they had the campus closed off a lot due to COVID restriction. Which those type of teachers, how much do you reflect back on the things that they've taught you and you're using now?
All those names that you named, trust me, but now they was really hard on us, and that.
Yes.
I mean, I told Dr. Williams one time, Lord bless his soul, I was like, man, y'all just give us so much. He was like, Horton, we just preparing you. That's all. And at the end of the day, I saw him at a football game before he passed, and I shook his hand and I thanked him and I hugged him, because him and Dr. Simmons and Professor Bay, all of them, they was really good at what they did. And they was hard on us. We had a lot of work we had to do and a lot of things we had to do to get done. But at the end of the day, the reward was great. And it taught us in our field that we're in now. So that hyper department at Jackson State is one of the best. You can't argue with that. I mean, and even today, you know, I need to get back up there myself, and I haven't been up there in a while because I'd be so busy. But right, it's just one of the best. And you can tell, you know, like the coaches that we used to have, like Coach Hughes and Coach Big Daddy Carson and Coach Gordon and Coach Jones, and you know, all those guys, they was just excellent at what they did. So, you know, and it's transferring to the students now.
Yeah, and I was talking with I don't know if you remember Michael Johnson. He played receiver.
Yes.
During Coach Hughes' time. Yeah, he finished when Coach Asbury was offensive coordinator, and we were just talking about how a lot of the players during the Coach Hughes era, a lot of those players are coaching, and they're successful coaches. Not just saying that, hey, they're just over collecting a paycheck, getting it, but not. They're successful coaches. And we can go back to your school with Coach Rogers up there at Holmes County Central.
Yes.
Chris Jones, who's at Starkville now.
Yes.
Who else? I just heard one of the players, guys, defensive lineman, he just got the job at Clarksdale.
Yes. And JPS's AD, Daryl Jones, you know, Coach Cardiac's son. I mean, all those, my pastor, Doc Cooper, all those guys was up on that Big Daddy Coach Hughes regime. All of, you know, and those guys were they was great at what they did, but I got to get to those coaches. They taught them also how to be great men.
Yes.
Because they're coaches, but you know, half of them are like preachers and doing other stuff in the community. So
yeah,
you got to really get to the old coaching staff, and that's what I think I like about Coach Prime. You know, what he's bringing to these kids now is, you know, how to be men also off the field, not just on. Yes, not, you know, everything's not about football. It's about, you know, being a great man off the field, and I think he's teaching them that, and I think that's why that program is heading in the right direction. And you can't forget about like Coach Combergy, you know, people like that. All those the great coaches that Jackson State don't have. They just taught boys how to be men.
And see, and that's one thing I like about that. I said I came in up under Coach Carson last year and worked up under Coach Hughes. And I tell anybody this story. My freshman year, which was Coach Carson's last year, when I forgot the time that Coach Hughes told me to report, I couldn't play my freshman year because of academic. I was academic ineligible to play my freshman year based off the NCAA. Yay. So in order for me to I wanted to be a part of the team, so I wanted to work as equipment manager. And so Coach Hughes, he knew one of my play sisters. She worked for him when she was in school. And so he allowed me to come on and work as equipment manager. And he told me to report at this time, and I forgot. And so I'm asking my teammate, a guy that I played high school ball with, he was on scholarship, he signed with Jackson State. And I asked him, say, hey, what time do we supposed to report back? And he told me the time that they were supposed to report back. So I came when they were supposed to be, came back to players. I didn't come back when Coach Hughes told me to come back. Man, I walked in, and you know, the old TB Ellis Annex.
Yes.
And you know, right as soon as you walk in, you take that right. The equipment room was right there by the front door, right across from the front office. He was standing right there. I said, hey, what's going on, Judd? Holy cow. And he said some radio censored words that I choose not to repeat again. And I went from being 6 feet all the way down to about 1.2.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember Tamika, what was Tamika? Tamika Bright.
Yes.
She was there. And she just said, she grabbed me by my shirt because her cousin signed with Jackson State. I went to school with her cousin. And so she grabbed me by my shirt and pulled me to the side and gave me a pen and said, hey, you do this, stay out of his way right now. I said, yes, ma'am. That was the last time I was ever late for Coach Hughes. That was the last time he cussed me out. I just, from that day forward, I beat him to the office. And go ahead.
He just was a no nonsense. He didn't care. Coach Carson was. And Coach Hughes, they were old school. You know, when I got there, was my freshman year was Coach Gordon last year.
Uh-huh.
And Big Daddy took over in the sophomore year. So, you know, they did things similar, but they also did things a little bit differently. And you know, Big Daddy, he didn't play. And he didn't play at all. He didn't mind telling you how he felt at all. And he had discipline in his program. and if you didn't follow his disciplinary ways, then he told you go about your merry way. He still loved you, but it was his way or the highway. And now you can really tell it in the men that he has now.
Yeah.
Those guys are either good coaches or good pastors. Picasso Nelson, Doc Cooper, like I said before, all those guys, Merrick Walker, who's over there at Cherry Grove, all those guys are great men. And he didn't play with them. And that's what it's all about today. Everybody think coaching is about wins and losses, and that's not true. And
yeah,
I'm just so happy that I got to experience that. I think, a lot of people, my mama said when I was young, Jackson State was one of the first things came out of my mouth when I was born. And it probably was. But at the same time, it was just a place that I know God wanted me to be at. That's what he was destined for me to be. And I love my experience there. I love my school, and it opened up many doors for me. So I'm proud to give back. I'm proud to be an alumni and hopefully do great things here for the Raiders. And we just need everybody's support. We need the community support. We need the state support to come on down and catch some of these games.
Yeah, you're correct. Like I said, I can say it's a lot going on in Jackson. As you can see, right now I'm up at Hillcrest Christian School getting ready for the Mississippi Lady Lakers to play purple and gold game, the inter-squad scrimmage. And you see the movement going on in Jackson right now. I said with the introduction of a professional football team, the Mississippi Raiders. Then now you have a professional basketball team, the Mississippi Lady Lakers coming in. So you see the excitement, you see the history. I mean, not the history. Well, you see history being made, and see a lot of things going on. Now, I really like to support Jackson. What's going on? I know we have to deal with the issues of crime and all this foolishness, but just like when you stated, as you work with the Boys and Girls Club, it's giving those children something to do, and that's what we need more in Jackson. Give Jackson something much more to do. Now we can go to the club and have parties. Yes, I'm not trying to knock the club scene, but we know what happened in club scene. Somebody may get a little bit too excited because they had too much to drink, or somebody may get embarrassed because this young lady don't want to dance with you, and you get embarrassed. You get embarrassed in front of your homeboys, and then that brings out the negativity. But there's a lot of excitement going on. I said the Mississippi Raiders. I enjoyed myself at the Coliseum. I'm not just trying to just to say this because I got you on my show, Jamie. Now I had fun. Like I said, it was the first game, and when sometimes the first you deal with certain things, but the end of the day, the results from it, the excitement was there.
Yes,
people had fun. The crowd was into it. Like I said, with your hype man Jay Jones, how he was hyping the crowd up. The DJ had music going on. The silver bowls and the silver bells, they was entertaining. So you see the excitement going on, and you see the support is there. So now I'm calling Jackson out to say, hey, just come on out, definitely support the Mississippi Raiders. You want more information about them, you go to the MississippiRaiders.com, the website, or you can find them on Facebook, Twitter, any type of social media platform. Definitely have more information about them to help support the Mississippi Raiders, because again, it was full of excitement. I'm not going to say it again. I'm not sitting and fabricating nothing. I'm looking forward to the game on April the 23rd against Tampa Bay. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, it's gonna be a good game, and we want to add to the game day experience. We're working on that as we speak. I'm gonna get back on it Monday, and trying to get more people involved, the community involved. Hopefully get some special guests to come and do certain things. We're working on that already to try to get this thing to another level, and that's what it's all about. The American Indoor Football Alliance is our conference that we're in, and they're excited. They came down here last week to visit for the first game, and they had fun, and they love Jackson. And to be honest with you, Bernard, like you said earlier about the foolishness that go around the city sometimes, it's not just Jackson; it's within the city.
Yes.
So we just got to think about the positive. Let's stop the negative all the time, and start getting towards the positive about what's going on in this city. And the Mississippi Raiders are one of the most one is a positive thing, and we're trying to make it positive. That means Saturday night you come out there and You come to a game, you have fun, you go home, and you get ready for church the next day. You can't beat that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
and it's not in the fall; it's in the spring. So that's even better.
yeah, and not competing with I said Jackson State football, not compete with the NFL. Nah, you can say basketball. We can. Like I said you can give and take basketball, but mainly the good games are either going to be on Sunday anyway.
Yes.
The top games you want to watch will be on Sunday.
Well, look,
But I said,
my Lakers struggling right now, so I might not be looking at no more none. This year.
well, if you want to look at some more Laker basketball, you can definitely come on out here at
Yeah,
Hillcrest.
I would rather look. I would rather look at them, Bernard, than look at the.
Yeah, definitely come on, take a look, check out the Mississippi Lady Lakers here. They will be playing their home games here at Hillcrest Christian School. Their first game is actually the day before my birthday, May 21st. The first home game will be played here at 4060 South Salvo Road in Jackson, Mississippi at Hillcrest Christian School. So you want to see some, you want to see some, as they say, you want to see some good Lakers here locally. You can come out to Hillcrest and see some good Lakers now. So again, they're getting ready for the purple and gold game. I know you probably hear some ladies talking behind me there in the room behind me, chit-chatting the players are getting ready for the purple and gold game. Their first inter-squad scrimmage here at 1:00. Tickets are $5. So definitely come on out and enjoy some basketball.
Yeah, I know Elisa Thomas. She's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, Lisa know everybody.
Yeah, she's. I thought I knew everybody, but she really knows everybody, and she's a good person. She's sweet, and I'm happy for her success, and I really hope that this be successful. And I'm going to support. I get the schedule from her and try to catch a game or two myself, and come on down there and check them out because we just need to support each other. Everybody needs to support each other, and you'll be amazed at what God will bless you with when you start doing that. Instead of being, can't be against each other. When you are as one, that's what he likes, and you put him first, and you'll be amazed at the gifts and blessings that he sent to you, and that's what we're going to do. And as a Raider organization, and go down and support them, some of the players, and I make sure some of the players get out there and support the Mississippi Lady Lakers, and hope they support us, and we can do this thing together and try to get some people in their stands and people in our stands, and everybody just be on one accord.
Yeah, and I saw especially when it first introduced it to the scene, both teams that you all were at a restaurant, both of y'all were introducing both of the scene. I think it was more of the Raiders, but I saw that there was a picture posted with both owners here, representing the Lady Lakers as well as the Raiders. It's a good thing. I think it's a good thing for Jackson to bring another source of entertainment because Jackson itself is rich in entertainment. Hopefully we can definitely get the Fast Street District back up and running. Hope we get the what's the theater? I can't think of the theater name right now. Fast Street.
Alamo.
The Alamo Theater. I don't know why I said Malaco, but that's the record label company. Alamo Theater back up and running because they had some comedy shows and they were showing a few black movies there. So hopefully we can definitely get that back. And I know they shut down a lot of things due to COVID. But a lot of the COVID restrictions are being dissolved, and then you can see that the numbers are decreasing. So we can see that that's going on. So a lot of things are finna open back up, and it's the right timing. You got the Mississippi Raiders going on. Now you're finna have the Mississippi Lady Lakers coming on. Baseball season finna start back up. Jackson State on their quest for a SWAC championship. We just finished basketball with the Lady Tigers on their quest as well. So it's a lot of excitement finna go and take place in the city of Jackson. We definitely want your support. Definitely come on out, support the Mississippi Raiders. If you want more information, you can definitely find the MississippiRaiders.com or take a look at the AIFA website, or you can find them definitely on social media. So it's a lot of excitement going on in the city of Jackson right now, and we're definitely here to support. Jamie, I'm gonna say this on air. If you need me to do anything with the Boys and Girls Club, hey, definitely let me know. I definitely like to come by and support because I saw one of young men that I know, Robert Berry.
Yes,
the pastor over
Pastor
at
Berry,
Water Life Church. Yeah, and he was posting some stuff about some basketball games going on. So is he in that league with you all?
Yeah, Pastor Berry he's the head coach of the Capital Unit little guys team.
Okay.
Yeah, he's doing a great job, and he takes time out with those kids, him and Coach Beamer. And I really appreciate him, man. At the end of the day, these are volunteer coaches. And to help these young men and young ladies to become better kids and better adults. And that's what we're trying to do and instill in them. And so, yeah, Bram Berry is a great asset to the Boys and Girls Club. And I'll get with you and we'll get together because I got something for you to do over there. Trust me.
Uh-oh.
You already know me. So we'll talk.
Yeah, and I know talking with some former classmates and things. Again, this is a more on the road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. Talking with Jamie Horton, director of the Boys and Girls Club, Central Mississippi, sideline reporter for the JSU Tigers, general manager for the Mississippi Raiders of the AIFA. Now, I was talking with some classmates. Was it a classmate? Somebody. I was talking with someone, and they was telling me about the things like, man, so you doing? I said, hey, I'm just using the gift God has blessed me with, as well as the education and training that I received from Jackson State, work around with guys like yourself and Rob and Larry Nix and just working around the people work around. So I've learned a lot, and I'm gonna use it to the best of my ability, and I'm not gonna let this talent go to waste. I'm not.
Yeah, and I'm proud of you, brother. I mean, like seriously, and you the peer announcer too for JPS, just like I am, and we have similar things that we do, and
yes,
at the end of the day, it's rewarding. It's something that we love to do, and our significant others, is glad to have those people in our lives that understand, what we love and they support us. And at the end of the day, it's not about us. It's about the people that we're affecting.
yes,
and that's how I feel about it, especially like these children for the Boys and Girls Club. I love them to death. I mean, they make me laugh every day. It's an adventure. I promise you.
Yeah, I know. And now, Jamie, I'm gonna say this now. I don't know if you may agree with me or you may disagree with me. I look at this as I'm gonna use yourself. You're working sideline reporter for one of the one of the greatest broadcasters that I've known, with Rob J, and a great offensive minded coach with Coach Ashbury, then another great DJ Sam Brown.
Yeah.
And you're working for one of the greatest universities that I know of. Then you're working with a professional organization that is on TV that has success on the inaugural season. And then you're working with kids, youth in the community. And someone say, you can look at some of them and say, hey, they grew up in the same type of environment that you grew up in. And so God is using you to be in those big positions with Jackson State, with the Mississippi Raiders, to get those young guys, those other kids in the neighborhoods attention. I don't know if I'm finna go back to Tupac Machiavelli, which I don't know how true this was, or was it edited what Tupac said. I make the type of music that I make just to get people's attention. But then once I got the attention, I totally change it and try to get the attention and speak something positive to them. And I think God is utilizing you to be in position to get the youth's attention to say, hey, you don't have to go down that road. You can do something good with your life because of I've been down the road. Let's say I grew up, I had one pair of shoes that I had to stretch, that I played basketball in, that I ran track in, that I played football in, that I had to go to church in that same week, that I had to clean and hang them up on top of the house outside, that I had to take some of my clothes and I had to wash daily, hand wash to keep clean. I've been through that, but God has put me here to show you that this is not your ending. So you're making a great impact in those kids' life, I can say, because of, like I said, you find enjoyment out of those kids that smile on their face once even though they may have lost the game, but they still smile on their face. No, Mr. Horton don't provide us this opportunity. And I say, though, this is the path, the direction that God wants us to go so that we can definitely make an impact in these youth lives.
Yeah, and I agree with you. And, I think, I'm going to tell you something. When we was coming up, when we lost, we'll be mad and or disappointed to a certain extent. But I think kids today, they have so much focus on winning. You know what I mean? Like they have to win at everything. And sometimes you can't, life, you're not going to win at life, period. I mean, you're going to lose. And I try to tell them that every day. It's just how you respond to your loss. That's all. will it make you better? I keep telling them all the time. You know, Michael Jordan got cut when he was 10th grade. Then look what happened. He became the greatest player that played the game. And I mean, so it's gonna be setbacks. Everything ain't gonna go your way. It's not like, you know, your way or the highway. That's how it is. And like you said, I agree with you. And God has put me in great positions, and I appreciate that. And I tell him thank you every day. I really do. To work around great people like Sam and Rob and DA and you know, the rest of the crew, Tracy James and Ed Bishop, Andrew Quinn, because those guys have so much knowledge in what they do. You know what I mean? They're smart. All of them are smart at what they do. Everybody brings something to the table. There's nobody lacking, and that's why we're so good. You know, when you got all that entangled into one, we make a great team, and led by Rob. You know, Rob is the I call him the Howard Cosell of Jackson. That's what he is. And you know, he's modest. You know, Rob doesn't like a lot of fanfare. That's not him.
He's correct.
Yes, he don't like when you say it to him. He just do him, and that's one thing I love about him. But you got to give him credit where credit is due. And at the Hall of Fame Awards, I told him, I said, bro, you know, you deserve this. But you know, he's so, you know, he don't like to focus things on himself. It's all about other people, and that's why God granted is doing great things in his life, because he's like that. And but at the end of the day, like you said, it's all about the kids, and I'm blessed, and I hope God keep blessing. And hey, I might end up working for the 49ers one day. If I do, I'm bringing you with me, buddy.
Well, hey, I know there's plenty of opportunities. Sometimes when I see these GM spots over with my town, it's like, man, forget it. I'm gonna submit it because they're making some crazy decisions sometimes. But hey, again, they probably see things a lot different from what the way we may see them. But hey, I ain't got no problem with that. But man, Jamie, man, I don't want to hold you too much longer, man. I really appreciate you though for joining me this day. Now, is there anything else that you would definitely like to share to the followers and listeners about the Raiders, the Boys and Girls Club, the greatest university on the South? But I know what are you guys gonna broadcast the spring game, since I know that they're gonna have it on TV?
I don't think we're gonna do the spring game. I know ESPN has those rights, you know. So I think they're gonna do that. But we'll be back in the fall with the Lords. You know, first game in Miami, Florida, against Florida A&M, which should be a great one because they're still upset from last year.
Yeah.
And I think this spring, with the additions of Hugh Jackson at Grambling and the different moves that has been made, and you really got to give to Dion. He's opened up doors for other schools too to bring in all these big name transfers to these other schools. Alabama A&M got about 4 or 5. Grambling got a whole bunch of them. And you know, I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be an interesting season. Holmes County Central, we should be, you know, we was young last year, a lot of injury. But Coach Rogers, he's going to have those guys ready. Hopefully we can make some noise in 5A.
Yeah, that just, what was it, 5A basketball? Then they win, the boys win.
Yeah, back-to-back state champions. Holmes County Central basketball. That's right. Coach Pryor, he's doing a great job up there at the school with those guys. Look, I tell them guys all the time, don't be defined about where you come from, because Holmes County is one of the poorest counties in this state. But don't let it define you. You define you. You know, you do what you need to do and get out of there if you want to, or if you do stay there, make sure you're doing something positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you're doing something positive for the other kids that's up under you. And I go back, and you know, I never forget where I came from, and pray for my town of Goodman, Mississippi. It's still a hometown. It's still going through a lot with the tornado that hit 2 weeks ago. And want everybody to come out and support the Mississippi Raiders. Next game, April 23rd, against Tampa Bay Cyclones, 7 p.m. It's going to be excitement at its best. And once you come there, you're going to be hooked. I'm telling you, we're like a drug. So we want everybody to come out there and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I know definitely will be there somewhere floating around the Coliseum. I got to go online and order my Raiders apparel.
That's right.
I definitely got to get that. Yes, sir. Right. But Jamie, I really appreciate your time, man. And definitely, looking forward to the game. Hey, we must definitely do this. But instead of you being online, next time I have you right here next to me.
Yeah, that'll be good. That'd be good.
I'm let you know this now. We're
Let
not
me
gonna
know.
talk about no Saints stuff. I don't want to hear that nonsense about no New Orleans Saints. I don't want to hear that. I had another host. That's how he was talking about Saints. I don't want to hear that Saints stuff.
Well, we're gonna have a whole different show about the Saints before now. and we need to put Rob on there about the Chiefs too. All three of them.
Hold up. I'm glad you said that. When y'all go to Miami, I'm gonna have to say this on I forgot about the show. Again, tune in every Tuesday, 105.9 FM The Zone for ESPN Talking Sports Live with Rob J, Larry, New York Knicks, and myself. Now, when y'all go to Miami, make sure you keep your eye on Rob. Make sure he don't go confiscate and try to kidnap Tyreek Hill and take him back to Kansas.
I told him that when we go, I'm gonna say, look, I'm gonna keep you away from any, if I see Tyreek Hill, I'm just gonna say, run.
Well, you know Rob ain't gonna catch him, so
Yeah, he gonna look. He was so upset he didn't know what to do. And I said, Rob, he got traded. Rob said, I don't care. He should have said, I want to stay there.
It's in the words of Coach Prime, must be the money.
Must be the money. Hey, $75 million guaranteed is the highest paid wide receiver I go to.
Hey, I love my team, but hey, gotta go. But hey, they try to work on it though. But hey, it is what it is. But again, Jamie, man, I really appreciate the time, man. But hey, we're definitely looking forward to it. So hey, definitely, hey, go Raiders, and definitely make sure you come out here and support the Mississippi Lady Lakers too.
I appreciate you having me on. Tell Lisa Thomas I said hello.
I definitely will. She should be running around here somewhere.
Yeah, she's running around there somewhere. Trust me.
All right, Jamie, man. Brother. Take it easy, man. Have yourself a blessed Saturday.
You too. Have a good one.
All right. Again, man, we was talking with Jamie Horton, the Mississippi Raiders general manager, director of the Boys and Girls Club Central Mississippi, as well as sideline reporter for the Jackson State football, Jackson JSU Tiger Sports football program. Again, we're here at Hillcrest Christian Academy. Let you take a look at Hillcrest Christian Academy for the Purple and Gold game for the Mississippi Lady Lakers coming up. You see some of the players are out shooting and warming up right now. They're getting ready for their exhibition scrimmage inter-squad game. Definitely looking forward to the season. A lot of excitement going on in the state of Mississippi. So let's definitely pay attention to it. Definitely come on out to them for the inter-squad game today at 1 p.m. At Hillcrest Christian Academy. Again, the address is 4060 South Sideway Road, Jackson, Mississippi. Definitely come on out and support them. Open enrollment for Hillcrest Christian Academy. If you're definitely looking for a school for your kids K3 to 12th grade, definitely take a look at the school. They have open enrollment now. You can give them a call at 601-372-0149 and schedule a tour. You can take a look at them at their website, hillcrestchristian.org, for the website to learn more information about their school. So definitely come on out to Hillcrest. Again, the home of the Mississippi Lady Lakers. Their first home game is May 21st, 2022 here. I want to say it is at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. But before we get out of here, I want to take a look at Piney Woods. Have a summer camp. Piney Woods School, 5096 US 49 South, Piney Woods, Mississippi. They have a summer camp that will be taking place June the 11th through the 26th for the ages of 11 years to 15 years of age. Will be held on their campus. For 2 week cost, it is $850. For 1 week, it is $500. Again, the cost will include room and board, 3 meals, and a lot of activities that are going on to cover some of the activities that they're taking place, that they're taking care of. So definitely come on out to Piney Woods Summer Camp that will take place June the 11th through the 26th. 2 weeks is for $850 for both weeks, and for 1 week, it is $500, and you do get multi-child discount. If you're interested. For more information, email admission@pineywoods.org, or you can give them a call at 601-845-2214. And also, I want to say more information about I cannot find my information. Oh, here we go. About the Refill Jackson Initiative. If you want more information, you can reach them at 601-540-7231. Refill Jackson is Refill Jackson is an initiative for young adults from the ages 18 to 24 who would like some assistance in workforce training. Young adults from the ages 18 to 24, you can go to refilljackson.org. Go to refilljackson.org for more information about their program, or you can give them a call at 601-540-7231. They're located on South Adams Street in Jackson, Mississippi, downtown Jackson, Mississippi. I don't know the physical number address, but I know the street is Adams Street. It's on Metro Parkway or the formerly Pearl Street, downtown Jackson. Just as you're coming down the Metro Parkway, it's a white building. If you're traveling east on Metro Parkway, it's a white building. Will be to your left, right before you get the roundabout, before you get downtown. It is on Adams Street. Again, it's a building. Definitely go check them out. Refill Jackson Initiative. It's empowering young adults seeking a better quality of life through tailored support and job training. Again, contact information is 601-540-7231, or you can go online at refilljackson.org for more information. Again, we're here live at Hillcrest Christian School, 4060 South Sawyer Road, getting ready for the Mississippi Lady Lakers Purple and Gold inter-squad scrimmage. Come on out, check them out. Tip off at 1 p.m. Costs $5. Definitely come on and check them out. Come on out and see some Lady Lakers basketball. Now, I know some people we have a lot of Laker fans here in the state of Mississippi. However, come on, see out some good Laker basketball with the Mississippi Lady Lakers. Because the Los Angeles Lakers, they're nowhere near playoff bound. They're the number 11 seed team. They're not making the playoffs, and they have 5 games to go. Now, they have an opportunity, though, but I really doubt if they do make it. So best of luck to the Los Angeles Lakers. But if you want some good basketball, come on and check out the Mississippi Lady Lakers here at 4060 South Sawyer Road here in Jackson, Mississippi, on the campus of Hillcrest Christian School. Definitely come on out and take a look at the Lakers as they get ready to start their tip-off again. We got an inter-squad game going on, the Purple and Gold game that we're getting ready for. So definitely come on, take a look out. I will be the voice of the Lady Lakers, so you will hear this lovely voice all around talking about Lakers. But, hey, it is what it is. Definitely come on out, take a look at them. Again, the Mississippi Lady Lakers. For more information, you can go online and find more information about them. This www.mslady.lakers.com. That's www.mslady.lakers.com. So that's the MississippiLadyLakers.com. MS. So it's MissLadyLakers.com. So come on, take a look at them again. So you can come on see some good Lakers basketball. Once again, you can take a look at the court. You see the Lady Lakers. They're out warming up, getting ready for inter-squad scrimmage, the Purple and Gold game. Admission is $5. Definitely come on, take a look out. And if you would like to support the Mississippi Lady Lakers, go to the website, msladylakers.com. So now we're about to get out of here. I really do appreciate you guys joining me this day for our 2-hour show. I know I may be cutting a little short. Well, about to get out of here. Go take a look at some Laker basketball. Get ready for this inter-squad game that's about to take place. So I have to get out here. I know you hear the basketballs bouncing around. Just the young ladies on the court working out. So definitely come on out to Hillcrest Christian School, 4060 South Sawyer Road. Jackson, Mississippi, 601-372-0149. They have open enrollment at this particular time. So from K3 to 12th grade, have open enrollment. Website, hillcrestchristian.org. Want more information about the school to schedule a tour or something, calls, all that good stuff you want to learn more. Definitely come on out. Coach Charlie Jackson, the headmaster, he's making a lot of changes to the school that will make an impact into the community as well as impact on student lives as well. So definitely come on out and take a look. for Hillcrest Christian School. I really appreciate you guys' time. It's about time for me to exit up out of here. Thank you guys. Much love to you guys. See you guys next Saturday. Don't know where we're going to be, but we're going to be somewhere around here. Much love to you guys. 1 + 1 = deuces. Again, thanks for tuning in to More on the Road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More Sports Match. 1 + 1 = deuces.